Hey guys, and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. This is sort of a renovation technically. This is 910 Medina Studios. It is a cute little apartment that I've been kind of wanting to redo, and I just wanted to sit and do an apartment. Funnily enough, my plan was when I started this build, I was like, cool. I'm just gonna sit and do a quick little apartment. I'm not really in the mood to touch any of the big houses or projects I've got going on. This will be fine. And this build took forever because I got really into it, and then I was like, okay, never mind. Now I have to think this through. Not that I don't put time and effort in all my builds, but sometimes an apartment is really fun because you can be like, I'm gonna pick really crazy colors and it's gonna be nuts, and it doesn't matter because it's an apartment. It's really fun. To me, apartments have a sense of whimsy that maybe a house doesn't. But so the sim in this house is not the sim who stays in this house. There will be a sim associated with this apartment. He lived here and I bulldozed all his stuff. Sorry, bud. It was originally a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, I believe, but I made it a studio because it is a smaller apartment, which I love. I love the idea of smaller apartments. The apartments in City Living are all pretty large, and so I tend to try to build in the smaller ones and try to make the bigger ones a little bit smaller, or put, multiple sims in so it feels more like a roommate situation. But this one's a little bit smaller. The only problem with this apartment is the lot traits, which I didn't think about while I was building until after the fact. Also, I don't know why the outside of the building decided to change color, and it took a hot minute to get it back. Sims game, it's fine. But the lot traits are like the gremlins, I think it is, or goblins or whatever they are, where they break things and stuff. And I looked really long and hard into getting rid of the lot traits, but you have to have a mod, and then you guys wouldn't probably be able to remove them. So the long and the short of it is this apartment has gremlins, and I think it has mice and stuff too, but I tried to mitigate it with I forget the one where things randomly get fixed. I tried to mitigate it with that one. So we'll see. But this is a very different style and aesthetic than I have done in apartments, because usually I try to keep apartments very light and bright, and my kind of concept with apartments is almost always well, how would I make this look like they didn't get to paint or they didn't get to do? And in this apartment, I was definitely like, no, how would I do this if I had full control over everything as the tenant? I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. One moment. Please excuse me, I'm not sick, I just have some allergy stuff going on, and unfortunately, my voice has just not been great for weeks now. I sound a little like I maybe smoke or something. I don't do that either. But anyways, I love this kitchen. The best part of this whole build, I'm not gonna lie to you. So this build, as a side note, you'll see it kind of progress. It didn't start with a strong, a concrete feel. It took me a while to get there. But my favorite part about all of this is I finally got the vibes that I wanted. I finally figured out how to do it. I got this apartment put together in a way that I absolutely love. And then when I went to take screenshots, it was raining and stormy, and it was just it was wonderful. It was amazing. I loved it. I was so excited. So I immediately I recorded, and then I immediately put this in my library and then put it in my personal save to play with a sim that I have who's doing her young and single in the city phase right now, because I love this apartment. I kind of geared it, the idea was kind of that it's a little bit of a sim of the world, in that they're studying a lot, reading a lot, maybe they're in the tech career or something like that. Maybe this is an archaeologist apartment, something like that. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I just sat down and was like, I just want to build an apartment. I don't even care what it looks like. But I did do a little bit of custom work with the bed. Not a lot. I watch these amazing reels on Instagram where people build all of this custom furniture, and it's beautiful and it's crazy. I do not understand how they do all of that. But I did want to do a custom headboard, and I think it turned out pretty cool. No sim can use the bed and stuff. So the annoying part of this being on a platform, well, there's multiple annoying bits. The annoying part of this being on the platform, beyond the rugs are atrocious and hard to deal with on platforms, is this has to be uploaded flat, and then you have to put the platform in yourself, or it has to be uploaded as multiple rooms, which it kind of, with the bathroom, probably should be uploaded as multiple rooms anyway, because there's no way to upload apartments. But I think when I can get this up in the gallery, probably what I'll do is I'll just flatten the platform. I think it's up 4, but I'll make sure to put it in the description, and then I'll just knock the wall out of the bathroom so that it reads all as one room. And then what you'll have to do is just put the platform and the stairs back, like all, and then put the wall back and paint it, which is really annoying, but they won't let you upload a full apartment. The other thing too is I guess I could upload it in pieces, but that always feels weird because then you'd need like the platform piece and the room piece and the bathroom piece, and when I put it on my library that way because I'm lazy and didn't want to knock out walls and stuff, the stairs still disappeared and the platform still disappeared. Like it didn't keep the platform, even though I saved that room specifically with the platform. It didn't keep the platform. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out how it goes up in the gallery. But it should, I'm working on it. I swear, I promise. I tell you that every video. But I'm working on it. The problem is that I'm on rural internet. And sometimes the gallery wasn't great when I was in the city on like gig speeds. And it's just really unhappy here. So sometimes, like, I'll be messing around with it. And sometimes it'll work. And I'll be like, sweet, let's get some stuff up. And then by the time I've gotten the build together to put it up, the gallery's like, no, I've decided I don't like your internet, which is dumb because I could upload a whole 30-minute YouTube video. I've also debated the merits. I know this is a little more sketch. I want to put stuff on the gallery, and I'm gonna get stuff up on the gallery, but I've also debated the merits of like setting up a companion site to this channel and just putting like the tray files out, which I might do anyway. I might do both because like, what's the harm? This apartment, so I tried to mimic the outside of the apartment. I wanted to, you know me. Maybe you're new to the channel, you don't know me. So let me explain. I love a good exposed brick. I am a sucker for a good exposed brick or a good exposed beam. I very much like when the outside of the build or the original intention of the build shines through, even if it's not necessarily the aesthetic of the rest of the build. Dig that. This apartment, though, does not have brick on the outside. Well, it has these, like, cinder block things. And I was like, okay, so I can't really easily do exposed brick. It wouldn't look right. And technically, it's kind of the wall that I did it on, but it's fine. But I decided to expose the cinder block and leave it the same color as the outside because it kind of matches the kitchen. It ended up looking way cooler than I thought it would. And the funny thing was, so this color palette is definitely different than I usually work with too, but I could see it really clearly in my head. And I was like, where did this palette come from? Because I definitely didn't like just dream this up. And I do follow a lot of like designers and artists and stuff on Instagram, so I was like, I probably stole it from somebody and I can't figure out where I stole it from. And that's super annoying. I mean, not that color palettes are necessarily proprietary, but they absolutely can be very important to your work. And so I was like trying to figure it out, and I was like, I can't release this video until I figure it out. And then I went into my personal stash of paint chips. Don't judge me. But I have a lot because I've had a lot of projects, and I've just started turning into one of those people who like sometimes I need to see the colors together, especially building in The Sims and stuff. So I have this like collection of paint chips. Anyways, I went in and I found this color palette sitting in the last set of color palettes I had put together, and I was like, oh, that's where I got it. So that made me really happy because it meant that I'm probably not missing a credit, at least not intentionally, because like I said, I found it in a different project, and I was like, oh, okay, that's where it came from. Kind of the oranges and the greens and the browns, which, like I said, again, is not something I usually work with, but that's why I like the paint chips, because I like sometimes not being on the computer and being able to just like put out colors and be like, oh, these work. The downside is sometimes I'll be like, this is really cute, I want to do this color palette in The Sims, and then The Sims is like, no, I'm sorry, did you think that was appropriate? Did you think we had muted sagey greens? No. Which is why now I'm doing recolors, which I don't know if the world will ever see or if they're just for me, because the thing that scares me is like I'm not touching any of the code or anything, and I'm not really sure how to test paint ? And so I'm kind of scared to put them out because I don't want to put something in your game that then falls apart, you know? But I feel like it's probably pretty low danger to just like recolor things, because 90% of the stuff that I do is going, I really like this piece, I wish it wasn't lime green, and then fixing it. I love this kitchen, I want to cook in this kitchen. The best part of this kitchen isn't even something I put in, it's that big old window. And I know a lot of people would have put that window in the living room, and I thought about like swapping them, but the thing is I don't like when people walk into a house, if I can help it, obviously, and walk right into the kitchen. The reason is because I live on a farm. I come into the house uber grody all the time. I don't want that tracked into my kitchen. Like, I have to walk through my kitchen kind of, like, off to the side to get to my bedroom and stuff, but I can avoid the main food prep areas and go get cleaned up before I touch any of the food prep spaces, right? And that is important to me. And so like in an apartment like this, I'm like, well, the kitchen can pretty much either be at the door or away. I usually tend to put it away because that way if someone comes to your house, they're not like tracking their whatever right through your food prep spaces. Second thing is practicality, which does not matter in The Sims, but that's a big old window. And kind of no matter where you put it in the house, you're gonna have issues with glare. But I think the way I have the house set up, you'd have less issues with glare on like the TV and your computer than in other ways. Also, with the way the apartment is laid out, you can look out that window or the other window from bed, which is very important, especially when you consider the screenshots have this beautiful rain. I love city living. I love city living combined with seasons because, see here I was trying to do backsplashes. Ignore me. I love city living combined with seasons because my absolute favorite Sims moments are when my Sim is like doing something crafty in their little apartment and it's storming outside. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. If I had to suggest 2 packs, I mean, I don't have all of them, so obviously I can't say anything about like Dream Home Decorator or anything like that at the moment. But of the packs that I own, if I had to give them all back by 2, I would keep City Living and Seasons. I love pets. I love pets a lot, and that would be hard to get rid of. But I think if I had to keep 2 with my play style, for building I'd have to keep cats and dogs, but for my play style I'd have to keep City Living and Seasons, I think. Luckily, I have City Livings, Seasons, and Cats and Dogs, and I love all 3 of those packs. There's actually not really been too many packs that I didn't like. Like, they all have redeeming qualities of the ones that I own. Luxury Party stuff was a gift. And I appreciate the gameplay aspect of the buffet in that pack. I don't use the pieces a lot, but my sweet brother totally understands that I have an obsession. That I have a bit of a Sims problem, if you will, an addiction, and he fully supports that. And every once in a while will be like, "Merry Christmas, pick a pack," and I'm like, "Yes, thank you." Thank you. I have been really watching the bundles too because I really want to pick up Paranormal. Not only for the gameplay, which I think looks really fun because yours truly has been on an OG Ghost Hunters binge lately, which is really dumb and cringy, and I'm enjoying it immensely. But also because of the furniture in that pack, it looks amazing. And I'm kind of just looking for a little bit more gameplay and build items together. I think because, you know, you play all day, every day kind of thing. I'm kind of, I don't want to say burning out or anything like that, but I'm like, a little bit of fresh would be good. I think that's why I'm into the making CC and putting it in my game right now. But, see, the vibes of this apartment are like, I don't even know how to describe it. They're like, kind of warm, maybe a little bit masculine, but not like over, you know, I don't even know how to, like, my brain keeps going, it's murder mystery vibe. That doesn't make sense to anyone but me. That's not going to make sense. But it's just, it's very warm and sort of mysterious. And I feel like this would suit a lot of Sims. And that's why I immediately put it in my personal save. I'm recording this way after Neighborhood Stories now. And a lot of you have probably already played with it a lot. I have not had the opportunity to really dive into Neighborhood Stories because I've been playing in very small chunks lately. Life is crazy. But this is the first apartment that I put in the personal save that I have Neighborhood Stories and set up in. And the Sim immediately was like wreaking all sorts of havoc everywhere, and I was enjoying it. And so now I associate that with this apartment too, which is really fun. It's definitely got like masculine den vibes, I think, now that I've said that, but not in a bad way. But it's almost got like smoking room vibes, and I like that. It's not my usual style, but I really like, I could definitely see, like, I don't think I could live here long term, but this could so be like a long term like Airbnb for me, and I would be like living my best life here. And there's a few family members I could see who would really love this. I think I maybe like subconsciously picked a family member or something to live here, but I love it. I love the little pops of like greens and blues, and all of the warm wood tones and oranges and browns. I think it's really cozy. And the black appliances with the green fridge. The multicolored kitchen appliances are in right now, and I am so excited that we are having a retro 50s moment. I share my kitchen with other people, so I can't just do a kitchen right now. Also, that's just expensive and not at all feasible. But if I had $1 million and didn't share my kitchen, you would definitely see me probably with a 50s inspired retro kitchen. Please excuse me, I'm sipping coffee through this video because I'm a little, I'm dealing with allergies. This, I wonder what I was doing there. I was going to cut that out, but I was talking through it because I kept thinking I would move. Sometimes I try to catch all the weird pauses, but a lot of times if there's a weird pause, it's either because the dog that is always on my lap, his name is Watson, he's our critic, he's needing my attention, or I got a Slack message, or both. In fact, Watson just heard his name and is now looking at me like, Mom, are we gonna go do stuff? Because he does not understand why I just sit and talk at my computer, because this is not the only time I sit and talk at my computer either. Obviously I'm in meetings or chatting with people or recording other things. Please ignore my sniffly nose, I apologize. And so Watson gets quite annoyed when I'm just talking to the computer. Also, it cracks me up. He's so smart. He has learned. So I, at work, have like work voice, you know, and I have a few phrases that I always do. And apparently one of them is, okay, well, I think we've, you know, covered all of this that we need to today. So I'm going to let you go ahead and work on that. Feel free to, you know, reach out if you need anything. Or if I can help you with this project in any way, but I think our best course of action, you know, something like that. That's kind of my voice. And I tend to end meetings with something like, okay, great, well, reach out if you need anything, and I'm going to let you get back to your day, you know, and that kind of thing. And Watson has learned that I'm going to let you get back to your day is code for he gets to get up and go walk around, which I try to not catch him in my office with the door closed so that he can leave whenever he wants, but sometimes he just really wants to be around, so then he gets caught with the door closed, you know. But the dog is so smart. He's learned those phrases, those like ending phrases I do all the time. And he has started, like, he gets excited now. He's so smart. I'm so proud of him. But yeah, my brother one time called it my customer service voice, which is funny because I've been very blessed and I haven't had to do a lot of customer service in my life. Mostly just because I'm really, 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 really bad at it. I don't speak incredibly well. I'm not particularly patient. It is not an industry that I would do well in. The few times I've done customer service, I've been taken out of the customer service role and placed somewhere else very quickly. I try really hard. The funniest customer service story I have, though, is I worked at a company that was very small, and I was actually a software engineer already at this point, but we were pulling double duty. So I was working like 80 hours a week, and I would do like my 40 in engineering, and then I would be what was called a floater, which if I had time to work on my engineering projects, I would, but I also, like, they would put me wherever they needed me, and one was on the chat bot or in the headset for customer service. And one of the times I was in there, and this guy was just bad-mouthing the engineers. And I didn't introduce myself, obviously. I was just like, hi, I'm Amanda, how can I help you, you know? And he was just like, your engineers are stupid. Whoever wrote this site is an idiot. Da-da-da-da. Just like went off. And I was just sitting there. And I was trying so hard to be patient. And finally I slipped and said something not quite so nice. And immediately the head of the customer service department was like, Amanda, you need to leave. Go away. I'll deal with this. Like I said, I don't have patience. But thank God I haven't had to do a lot of customer service, but I do have a little bit of like a professional work voice. Watson has settled now because I'm not talking to you as though I'm at work, and so he's like, oh, Mom's not done chatting. There's a fair amount of clutter in this kitchen, but I tried not to over-clutter it, going back to the build. Went on another weird bird walk. I tried not to over-clutter it because I didn't feel like the person living here would want a lot of clutter in their space. But see, look at those screenshots. Look at the vibes. I'm gonna let you go and just enjoy. I had so much fun building this build. I'm gonna go sip some more coffee. Hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you remember that you are loved and you are an important part of this world. And I hope the world treats you kindly. And I'll talk to y'all very, very soon.